Cool. Go live, go live. All right. Not anybody in the room just yet. Romance review. Hello.
I thought I had it right.
Oh my goodness. Hi, Jazzy TV, Romance Review. Hi, ladies. Jasmine, hello. We'll wait a few moments. Hi, Courtney. Our weekend has been good so far. Still early out west. It's 1 o'clock here. How about you?
Spooky season. Oh, hold on. I forgot something.
Okay. How was you guys this weekend so far? What time is it where you guys are? Hi, chatting it up. Are you gonna wear your? Yes. Hi, Cliff. Can you guys hear us? Okay. I know. I'm dropping the keyboard.
Mom stuff.
It's 3 o'clock. Okay.
You saw podcast.
Awesome. Hey, Motown investor.
Well, we're glad you guys are all here. We're just gonna get started now because there is, about 14 of us in here.
We'll take it.
Hopefully, you guys celebrate Halloween. You're doing something fun. We're more than likely gonna be in the house recapping Love After Lockup. That's next up on deck.
Mm-hmm.
But first, we want to give thanks to you guys for watching our videos, supporting us, still being on this journey. We're still trying to work on our stuff, on our camera quality, becoming more professionals. But I think you guys enjoy the videos so far, and we love Romance Reviews. She's awesome with her videos. She gets her videos up quick, girl. How do you do it?
Exactly. How do you do it? That's every time I see it, I'm like, how'd you do
that? Chatting it up. I just love how her videos are always so short, concise, and to the point. I'm like, I wish I could do that.
I'm trying to get us there to short videos, but it's not working.
That's the TV. All you guys are so great. We love you guys. We love your reviews, and hopefully we can collaborate soon, even on a live as we do some stuff here. But let's get in, because if you notice, me and Mom did not recap or review Married at First Sight Reunion, and it's because the day that the decision day came out, Mom was like, do you even want to do the reunion the next day? I was like, yeah, I want to do the reunion. But then I saw decision day, and I was disappointed in some people.
Hey, Jasmine Show.
I was thinking, I'm like, that reunion is going to be the same thing as decision day. And I was like, I can't waste my time on it.
And you know what we did? We watched it the next day. And we were right. It was pretty much the same thing. So.
We'll go into it, Mom.
No, but it did.
About it.
But let me get into what I thought about it. First of all, they could have had that segment to me at the same time. Like maybe, knock out some of those clips that we saw of the previous show and put in the reunion. But one of the things that stood out to me was Henry. It's always Henry and Christina. If you watch me on these reviews, I struggle with Christina because...
Especially the last episode. He was not feeling it.
She was so much drama. Oh my God, it took forever to film that because I was over it.
I know. It's like, could you say something positive?
Exactly.
Please?
We had to stop filming. We had to say something positive for Christina. But seriously, is it me or did she need to get with Bennett to get into that theater program? Because those fake alligator tears wasn't doing it for me. And the way that she held that over Henry, I didn't appreciate that. But the interesting thing that I thought was that Woody and Henry hang out more. I thought that was cool. I did. And him saying that, he may be Woody's new bestie. I thought that was funny too.
Mhm.
I think Miles should watch out for that because
Miles will have nothing to worry about with Henry. Even though I was the same person who called out long time ago. I'm like, Henry's a little spicy. He might be reserved with some of his comments, but he's very opinionated. And I just wish he was as opinionated in the reunion as he was throughout the whole season, because just maybe, even though Christina started off really good, but then she just kind of went downhill for me. If he just would have opened up and expressed his feelings more, they probably would have been a little further than they were after these whole 4 months.
Yeah, I think so too. Motown Investor, the experts let Christina down. The experts, to me, let everybody down. I mean, they used the pandemic as the reason why, but that's not true because they have Zoom, text, sent messages before on other seasons. So I think this is the biggest letdown that we have seen from the experts. Like, truly, I was disappointed this year.
Yeah, the Jasmine show said she was really crying at the reunion. She was really crying. She seemed like she was a little bit remorseful.
You think? It's hard for me to find something positive because, Henry did say, some of the guests at his wedding said that, she came out of a relationship with a 5-year relationship with a married man, and they used to do things to each other that was underhanded. So I think that's part of her personality.
I feel like Henry should have just came out and told her that, because you guys are technically still strangers. I mean, you're not going to hurt her feelings. You don't know each other. It's only first day.
Yeah.
That's how I felt about that.
I guess.
And with Olivia and Brett, I personally, I know Mom felt something different. She didn't like Olivia. I liked Olivia. I didn't see anything wrong with Olivia. She just wanted something in particular. I feel like sometimes she might have came off just a little bit too strong. But Brett, he just has an ego, and he's always sarcastic, and he always has something smart to say. And I'm just like, I couldn't do it. It wouldn't be me. I don't see it. And I hope she got that ring back.
I think Olivia was pushy. Like, I started out liking everybody, minus Brett. I have to say, Brett's sarcasm just struck me wrong in the beginning. I think I said that. But Olivia, as time went on, by that 3rd episode, when they promised to communicate better, yeah, that's what did it for me, because her pushiness was too much for me. Too much. Yeah. So that made me like turn another cheek for Olivia.
Well, she was talking about you on the reunion, talking about people who don't like her.
Yeah, she was.
Because I didn't see nothing wrong with that. But at the same time, when we found out that Brett is still over here serial dating, and Olivia's like, yeah, he's matching up with my friends on Tinder. I'm like, girl, you didn't have to see all that.
Well, I think she said it to make it seem like, see, I told you, and I told you so with Brett, but it didn't work because his family said in the beginning, remember, that, what are you going to do? You were just dating somebody 2 days ago before you got married. So that wasn't a surprise for me. So we dropped the link if anybody wants to come on, whether you show your face or not. So join us live.
Someone said Olivia is a spoiled brat, undercover a-hole. Brett is an over a-hole.
Wow.
Well, that pretty much says what I was thinking this whole time. That is true.
It's hard to find something positive to say, honestly. It was really hard for me towards the end.
It was hard because the season was so long. Like, that's why we couldn't do a reunion recap, because we already knew Woody and Monty was going to do something cute, because we all love Woody and Monty. And it just made everyone tear up. Even I shedded a few tears with that. Miles, we'll get into Miles and Karen. That's another thing.
Hello.
Hey, ladies.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, thanks.
So what did you think about the season or the reunion?
You probably heard my review, so you know what I think about the season.
You can say it again.
But anywho, do I think that there was a lot of crazy editing? Absolutely.
Yeah.
In regards to the reunion with Olivia and Henry, I think they got really messy.
Yeah.
I think that Christina should have been held accountable for her behavior, absolutely. But when he went talking about a past of hers that have absolutely nothing to do with Henry, because
Mm-hmm.
everybody on that stage has a past, okay?
True.
I mean, they've even explained some of the things that they've gone on, in their past. I mean, I don't think he had to go there. If that's something that really was an issue to Henry, he
Mm-hmm.
should have dealt with that with her a long time ago. I mean, he's mad at how Christina was trying to put him on blast for whatever, but then the one thing that you don't like that she was doing, you're doing the exact same thing to her. So two wrongs don't make a right.
That's
And then with Olivia, this whole she need to tell her friends to stop sending her screenshots of what Brett's
mm-hmm.
doing. I mean, you're over it. You don't care.
Right.
Find something else to do. Your friends got too much time on their hand to be sending you screenshots.
Exactly.
Cassandra definitely agrees with that.
But now it kind of seems like you're trying to keep up with what he's doing, but you're like, bye, Brett, I'm over Brett, but you're still finding out what he's doing on Tinder, and your friends know how you feel, so it's like, just let it go.
Yeah.
I mean, seriously. I mean, what do you guys think about what Brett was saying? I think it was his delivery that was bad, but a lot of the things that he was saying was actually true.
It's always, to me, for anybody, it's always in your delivery
Mm-hmm.
from the beginning that Brett is sarcastic. So I just think that, again, that sarcasm, he can't turn that off.
Mm-hmm.
That's just who he is. And I believe that Brett was saying truths as time went on.
Right.
And it's all in the delivery. And then Olivia is just as sarcastic. She's just not as openly sarcastic as Brett, if you know what I mean.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That
So.
makes sense. Are you happy about Karen and Miles?
No.
Why?
Well, I'll speak on my behalf.
Okay.
When I saw Decision Day, I was really hoping at least Miles was going to say no. But we caught something on too. He was like, oh, well, in the past 3 or 4 weeks, she decided, or she grown and they're starting to become on the same page and stuff like that. I'm like, 3 to 4 weeks?
Yeah.
You were just talking about her last week in the cabin, and then on Decision Day, he kind of on the reunion, whichever one it was, he kind of made it seem like it was a last minute toss up decision. So was it a last minute decision? Was it a weak decision?
Or was it bad editing?
Right. Exactly. We caught that because I was like, did you hear what he said? And my answer is no too, because I think that he should have went with his first mind. Because his first mind and his heart didn't match. He even admitted that. So if you're not at 100%, in my opinion, if your head and your heart's not matching, you will always be conflicted of what the right thing to do. And I said this from the beginning, and I will continue to say, just based on Miles, he said he wants the same type of relationship that his grandparents have over 50 plus years. So Miles loves love, and he also, to me, wants to be in a long-term committed relationship. But I just don't think Karen is the one. She may have come around a little, but not as much when he was still questioning on the day when he said, I didn't know till I got on the sofa. So he's still conflicted. So,
I guess I've been privy to a lot of other things that's come out behind the scenes. So I guess maybe that's why my mindset is different with them.
Okay.
But, and some of that stuff I do talk about, but I'm hoping for the best for them. They've been out and about a lot in the past month or so. So it's good to see them out really enjoying themselves as a couple.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I'll give them that. I mean, outside the cameras, hopefully they can build a firmer foundation. Go from there. But so I mean, for all the couples stay together, outside the cameras make a difference. You know what I'm saying? Maybe she wasn't as comfortable on camera because she gave the definite wall was up for many reasons. So now that cameras are gone, I think they could build something, but I still think you should go with your first mind. I really do.
Are you guys on IG?
Yes.
I was looking for you guys. I couldn't find you. What are you under?
It's millennial_and_mom.
Okay. Because it's not in your description, I don't think. I went to look at your description. I'm like, because I wanted to connect with you guys on IG as well.
Okay.
because I actually was very curious to see
Hi, Kelsey. Thank you.
what was on Miles's Instagram that she saw.
I follow him on his Instagram, so and I really didn't see anything on there that would be so surprising. I mean, it's just a typical IG.
I didn't see anything surprising either, but since I'm a millennial and he's around my
He's only 2 years older than you, so he's in your age group.
and I was looking at some of the posts, he was making like those quotes, and he did something for Mental Health Awareness Month or Day, like a few
I didn't see
100
it.
weeks back. You haven't followed. You haven't looked at it yet. You have to look at it.
Okay.
That's something that my age group mostly does. So I can see where some people would say, oh, they're coming off as emotional because people, when I've done it before, be like, oh, you're too emotional. I'm like, I just like posting stuff. Inspirational.
But I also think that has to do with, it could be an age thing, yes, but also your personality. Like maybe Karen's personality, well, she said it, that's not her.
Mhm.
She's not used to a man being so expressive, so maybe she's not expressive.
Clearly. She's not expressive.
Yeah. So.
She just likes for someone to put her in her place. And also,
Mhm.
I want her, since she gave the definition of what masculine is, I want her to give the definition of what being feminine is. Because
That's
she never made that clear to what that would be, you know?
I don't know. So, well, thank you. Do you have any other comments for right now?
I just put my mic on mute just in case you guys came across something else, and then I'll be like, "Hey, I'm raising my hand."
No problem. No problem. Thank you. Go ahead and put yourself on mute.
Lindsay said, I noticed Karen seemed much more relaxed.
Yeah.
Right. She said that maybe being away from the camera. I mean,
maybe.
I don't know. Maybe I just don't understand her personality.
I was gonna say the same thing. Maybe it's not, because I still unfortunately didn't get that from her. I just
Even
don't.
at the reunion,
I didn't.
When Kevin said something about Miles having like a grown mindset or something like that, and her face is just like.
Yeah, I think that's part of her personality. I wish we would have known more from her as the season progressed, instead of mainly all the things that weren't necessarily positive, I guess.
Yeah.
So, all right. Anybody else? Jasmine Show, Kelsey, Cliff, Lindsay.
Karen is emotionally guarded. Miles is emotionally
Shutting it up.
She needs to learn from him. Maybe she will learn from him. Maybe we're going to give a positive. Maybe this is the time that she needs. Away from the cameras with Miles, even though they had an extra 2 months added.
Yeah.
And she might learn something if she chooses. But honestly, I kind of don't think she wants to. Maybe she just wants to stay on there for insurance purposes.
I don't know. Let's move past here. I wish all the couples the best, if they stay together or not, the best. All right, Cliff, we're going to bring you up. What's going on?
Am I clear?
Yes, you are. How are you today?
How you doing? I'm good.
Good, thank you.
As far as Christina, I disagree with basically everybody in the chat. I don't think I really don't think she lied about that tech. I do feel like she was lying about the who gave it to her, but I believe there was a text. I really do. There's something about Henry I just don't trust. The whole situation with the married man, he don't know that situation. Because the way I look at it is, what if he was separated and she was dealing with him? Why didn't he go to her and find out instead of talking behind her back and getting information from this one and that one? She know her relationship better than anyone. And another thing is, like, I hear people say, oh, she was trying to hold it over his head. I don't remember her going to the cameras about it. He did. Now, she did say in a moment that she told him she was upset.
Let's be on it.
She admit that from day one.
Cliff, let me ask you a question.
But I was wrong for that.
Speak on it, Cliff.
And that was really done.
Cliff, let me ask you a question. I mean,
as far as Brett.
Cliff, let me ask you a quick question. And this is real talk. Everything is real talk. But you know, literally, you are one of our most commented person on our live, whatever. But I want to know one thing, and I asked this because kind of right before we went on. Like, do you have insight into the shows before they come on? Because it seems like the things that you say sometimes
No.
come to fruition. Like, do you have insight, or is this just like something that you feel? Like, how do you know these things?
It's just be my feeling. No, I don't be having insight. Like this season, I ain't want no spoilers. I just could read people for the most part.
Okay, I'm just curious. Like, that was a real
But
conversation.
like,
No, I had insight because I live in New Orleans.
no,
And
nah,
one
I
of
ain't do
my
no
friends,
spoilers.
yeah, I read some spoilers, but like I had insight on Amani and Woody just because my friend is friends with her. They work together, and so she did kind of like, and I didn't know this like in like the beginnings of the season because we were all in quarantine, so we hadn't seen each other. And so when we finally got together, I was like, she's like, yeah, I know her. And I was like, oh, I need to know about them. The rest you can hold. I just want to know if they make it. So they did. And for me, I just kind of felt like with the Henry thing, I felt like he could have said that married man thing at the decision day. He wanted an audience. He wanted to embarrass her.
I agree.
Like, because to me, he's real passive aggressive because like how the daddy was dogging him at the wedding that day.
He was.
He got a little bit of that in him. This woman then sat here and pretty much wasted your time. Because and then he wasted her time as well, because I think when she lied about where she lived at from Jump Street, he was like, nah, but I'm gonna ride this out to get my money.
Yeah.
I think that he should have addressed that then. Now, and I do think she was trying to blackmail him because but my thing is she didn't think he was gonna have enough, quote unquote balls to get up and like bring it forth to the camera. I don't think he gay. I just think he awkward.
Right. Hold on, let's add Miss Chloe. Hey girl.
Hey girl.
Hey Chloe.
Hi y'all.
Hey.
Hey.
What do you think about this Christina and Henry thing?
I think Christina deserved everything she got.
I agree.
And I say that because she just like, you can't try to make this man gay and then not expect him to drag you.
Right.
It just
I agree with that.
Like, how do you expect him? He's definitely she definitely tried to play him the whole time. And she didn't want to. The only reason why she didn't say anything, Cliff, was because she didn't want to look like the bad guy on TV. That's why he said tried to hold it over my head.
Come on.
It's my opinion.
I
was like, don't cry now, girl. Don't cry now. You
Chloe, no. Chloe, hold on. That's BS. That's BS because she told him off cameras about it, right? She admitted at the time she was upset when she told him. Then she left it alone. She said at that moment, what I should have did was be like, yo, I got this text. I don't believe it, etc., etc. But like I said on your live, there's nothing anybody could tell me that a man lay in a bed with a woman for almost 4 months and don't roll over and do something. Something ain't right.
Hold on.
I can't say that man gay. I can't say that man bisexual.
Remember, she said, "It's some things that I wish I would have never said. There's some things I wish I would have never done. And I'm kind of regretting it right now." That's what she's talking about. That's what she's talking about.
I agree with that, Chloe.
Because
but
she was
for some men,
Chloe.
sex ain't everything.
Chloe, that's what you assume. No. That's what you assume.
I mean, Cliff, honestly, I think we can
What'd
all
you just say?
agree that
Sex ain't everything. So you gonna stay in a relationship with somebody that's
no, I'm talking about for some men, like for men like him, it ain't everything. Now for me, we got to get it right, but that's not the time for this live. So
right. So in my opinion, I think we can all agree that Henry was not the best husband. Hey, Milan. And there could have been some type of communication along the way, but that communication broke down a long time ago. Henry was a terrible husband and a terrible communicator.
Yes, ma'am.
And probably in general. Now, does he get along with Woody? I think he got along with the guys in general anyways. Christina is not his cup of tea. So remember that they had 2 bedrooms. I don't think they were sleeping in the same room. I personally don't think so.
But his best friends, aren't they considered mean girls?
Yeah, they are. Trisha
Yes,
and
they
That's who
are.
he rode with, right?
Yes, they are.
Yeah, but they're a certain type of woman. Christina doesn't fit in that mold, if you notice.
Mm.
Like
Okay.
Henry likes a certain type of woman.
Like Henry likes more of the up class mean girl.
I think so too.
And
Only
Christina,
this is my thing when it comes to Christina. Her issue.
Go ahead, Cliff.
Cliff.
I did not see anything classy about them chicks.
No, but that's
So I'm gonna have to disagree with that.
I know. I agree with that. Trisha been who she is since 02.
I did not see anything classy about them chicks.
But
So I'm gonna have to disagree with that.
to me, I felt like when I say up class, that's how they feel they are. That doesn't mean they actually are up class. To me, I felt like when I say up class, that's how they feel.
You gotta stop the other screen. Whichever screen you guys are on that you clicked on, stop that screen first.
Hold on. Cliff, I'm gonna drop you down.
The other screen. Whichever screen you guys are on that you clicked on, stop that screen first.
Oh, someone's on two screens?
Yeah, when you click on the link, you gotta get rid of the first one.
My bad on that one. Sorry about that.
There you go.
Nah, it was from that YouTube opening. Sorry, we're new to this. We're new to the YouTube world.
That's all right. What's going on in the Jasmine show? Welcome.
How are we doing today?
I'm sorry. I'm
Hey,
with
you
Chloe
guys.
on this one. Henry was not the greatest husband, but he was respectful to her.
Yes.
Like he let
Yes.
she was testing his gangster a few too many times, in my opinion.
Too many.
So he just let out on her, and I was here for it.
Yeah.
I mean, normally under normal circumstances, I wouldn't be here for it, but 4 months of dealing with somebody that's a liar, that's creating lies on you, and you're married to them, and you're not blasting them, he get all the kudos for me. So
She lied the whole time. Even at the reunion, she sat there and said she wasn't craving affection from him. I said this girl just be lying for fun.
She lying. That's all she knows. And
that's all she talked about the whole
she met her
time.
match because she doesn't know how to have a conversation. She's always used her body to get a man, and now that she's got a man that is pressed to have sex, you don't know how to communicate. Because for some men, you can be the prettiest thing ever, but if your personality is ugly, he can't get with you. And for me, like what I was trying to say earlier with Cliff was they see themselves as up class, even though like Trisha was on trashy reality TV with the real world. But those girls, they're you can probably tell they probably come from a little piece of change. And whereas Christina, you can tell she did not. Like Henry golfs. Most people who golf have money because clubs are not cheap, and neither are country club dudes. So I feel like they feel like they are up here, and Christina was kind of down here, and I felt like Henry felt that way, but he was willing to give her a chance, so she lied.
Right.
Agreed.
I'm gonna take a cue from the Jasmine show. On their channel, they give ratings of what do you think. I gave Christina a double negative. Like,
yeah,
I was over it. Like,
yes, ma'am.
You can say or do to make me believe that she's sorry, that she really wanted to be here. Like I said, I consider her as a civil. Like her personality changes so often. Like once she wants to be together, oh, I didn't mean it. I did or didn't. I'm like, girl, which one is it? Which one is it?
I don't think she has ADHD either.
Well, I mean, my take on it when it comes to
another lie.
My thing when it
possible at this point.
Go ahead.
My thing when it comes to Christina is obviously there are some deep-rooted issues going on with her.
Yes, ma'am.
And she needs to figure out what that is, whether that's through whatever therapy. If she does have ADD or ADHD, that's her truth to come to terms with. I can't say whether or not she does or doesn't have it. But whatever it is, obviously she's been in some toxic situations. She definitely needs to get that cleaned up. And before she move on with anybody, whether it's this new casual dude she's with, or whether she move on to another relationship, she definitely have some things that she need to clean up within herself, and that's what my hopes is for her.
I also
mean,
think
yeah.
that she needs love and she needs real love.
She
Like
does.
she doesn't know what real love is, and I think that's why she can't handle the rejection because it seems like she's never had it. Even her friend, like her friends don't even look like her real friends. You know what I mean? I just
They
feel like
don't. They look like somebody you hired. They look like actors. Like she is someone that could benefit from some Adlerian type therapy. Like she is someone that needs to change her mindset. And like I see patients like her all the time where you've been in a relationship with toxic people from day one. And she said her mom was a single mom, so she probably saw a revolving door of just unproductive, unsatisfying relationships. And when you got to be an adult, you mimic those patterns. You didn't try to do better. Some people, they try to do better than what they learned. And for me, I feel like Christina's always been able to use her looks and her body to gain whatever she feels she wants. And then if it doesn't turn out quite how she wants, she manipulates. Because if you've been in a relationship with a man that's married for 5 years, it's like it don't take that long to get divorced unless you worth some millions and you're trying to fight over that. Like divorces don't take that long. So you was that man's side chick for however long.
Exactly.
And it kind of reminds me
keep
of
your
Katie
legs
from
closed
last
and marry men.
yeah, keep it. Yes, ma'am, Miss Cole. No, and to me, she
That's what I
reminds me
said.
of Katie from last season. She probably did this hoping that married man
Not Katie.
would come after her, and the whole it's casual. It's probably that married man.
Could be.
I hope not.
Well, Cliff is back. Let's see
You
what
guys,
you got
I'm about
to say.
to. I'm just gonna drop out. Take my daughter trick or treating. So bye, you guys.
Hey,
Bye, Chloe.
happy
Thank
Halloween,
you.
Chloe.
Stay safe.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.
I think the biggest issue that I had is like even for him, like for Henry to go in on her on that finale, it was more so about you like lied, you've fabricated things, you've disrespected him repeatedly. And for you as a woman not to apologize before other grown people call you out about it is what the issue was for me.
It's time.
Because like there's no coming back from the whole gay text lie for me, but you could have at least apologized without somebody else calling you out about it.
Which she still
She never really said sorry.
She said sorry at the decision day because the experts
told her.
is there an apology?
To apologize.
No, that's what I mean. There wasn't a genuine from her without prompting apology. She wasn't sorry. She only said sorry to try to save face.
Exactly.
I think so too. So what do you think, Cliff, since Christina's clearly your girl?
He on Team Christina?
He's Team Christina. Team Brett. Team everybody.
And Team Brett.
But also, Henry is on the spectrum. That's another thing that we need to factor into. Like he has tics and stuff. He's definitely on the spectrum.
Yes, I see some like Asperger's.
Yes, exactly.
Like where he's very intelligent, but he's social. He socially doesn't have the cues, and like I call a lot of flack from people saying that, but I'm like, this is what I deal with every day. Like I know when somebody
that on the first episode.
Like, and I said maybe it's just a nervous tick, but then like the more I watched him, like it only comes out when he's around her, and most people with Asperger's, it only becomes prevalent when you're in situations that make you uncomfortable.
Stress, exactly.
Yeah, like
because he's able to have relationships with all the other guys, joking, laughing. Like he had no issue. It's because it's something about her that makes him uncomfortable. And it's
they say sometimes people's energies just don't match. And that's true. Like when you just like, and it could be somebody you ain't never spoke 2 words to, but it's something about their energy and your energy together that just don't mesh. And and Henry, I think he did this show to get out of his comfort zone because he knew he wasn't gonna find a wife any other way. But I do think that he needs a better group of friends. I do think that.
You don't think he would have found a wife another way?
No, because of his awkwardness. Unless it's like Darlinda Tracy said, he needs a Nafonda. So unless a Nafonda comes his way, Henry gonna forever be the bachelor because he just doesn't know how to approach women. Like he's just socially awkward because he's not a bad looking guy. He's very put together, but you can tell his self-esteem is really low. And the fact that he's such a mama's boy lets you know that there had to have been something going on with him, that his mother was always trying to protect him.
They
And
never went into why he had that heart surgery, because before he said he was like a larger guy. And
Yeah.
I was hoping they would delve into that more so we got more of a backstory.
yeah, but
we had the weeks to
that's
do
more of a
so.
Southern thing. Like we don't talk about like our health issues in public. We don't like there was a lot of like Southern things going on, like especially with Karen and like how she wanted to be portrayed. Like I could tell it was a lot of my daddy's gonna see this, and I don't want him seeing me doing anything improper. Like, so don't touch me because my daddy's gonna watch this.
I guess, but I feel like I don't know if I'm considered Southern, but I feel that way either way. I wouldn't want my mom or my family to watch me having sex or carrying on national TV. I don't know if it's just Southern.
That's true, but I still think, your vibe, your personality, if you are into somebody, if you're interested in them, you'll still have conversations, still be like, you can have a hug or whatever. You don't have to be sexual on camera, but you just don't be like
A love tap instead of a stranger bracelet.
every episode, right? That stranger bracelet. We're not even touch on that.
Honey.
Anyways, what do you guys think about Woody and Imani?
Love
think
it.
they're gonna make it.
Love it.
No,
I love it too.
my best friend told me they are so in love. They are enamored with each other. They just
As they
into
should
the
be.
honeymoon.
Mm-hmm.
And
You
but
think that they're going to help mold Karen and Miles since they're besties? And
I think
so.
they're one of the reasons Miles and Karen stayed together, because I don't think Miles wants to lose. And when he said he was gonna say no up until she went first, they should have asked him first. He only said yes because he thought she didn't want him, and so now that he has a chance, to him she's a trophy, and he wants the trophy. But from Monty and Woody, I think they'll last based off what I've seen and what I've been told. But I also think she needs to stop joking with him. Like that, I want a divorce. That's a joke. You got HOEs in your phone. Joke. Like stuff like that breeds insecurity within a person.
Yeah.
Yeah, and to me, I think if she can stop doing that and he can learn to listen, because all women want is to be heard.
Yeah.
We want that more than a new car and anything else. We want you to listen to what I'm saying and understand what I'm saying. When you don't, ask me questions so I can clarify.
Gotcha. Okay, so what about
hold on, VP Dawson, Imani is controlling. Do you think Imani's controlling? Or do you think she's going to control the narrative?
Slightly.
Nope, I don't think so.
I
don't think so.
Controlling, but I think she is controlling in the sense that she's scared. So it may come off that way because she was hurt so deeply before that you want to kind of like, not necessarily like give a test, but you want to see how they're going to react in certain situations to see if they're going, like how he said, flash out. That wasn't a joke. That was you wanting to see if he was really going to show his behind.
Yeah, I think so. That one. Yeah, that wasn't cool on that.
But I feel like Woody has certain tendencies, and like maybe not chauvinist is the word, but he like him trying to control her hair. How dare you? Like
very old fashioned. And
he said things to her that would make her be like, I don't know if I like that. So I'm gonna test you on that. Just to check. I would do the same thing. I wouldn't come to decision day and say I want a divorce. That's too extreme.
Yeah.
But the other things like, oh yeah, I'm gonna go cut my hair. I do that stuff. He's still
here. But the thing is that the thing is with that whole thing, which Imani addressed when they threw that in as a question at the little contest they had. Imani did state on reunion day, she said that that's extreme. You just can't come home with a bald head. And it's just that a conversation is need to be had. So I can understand where Woody was coming from on that. He's not trying to control her hair. He's just saying, listen, if you're going to do something extreme, let's talk about it. And I totally understand that.
Yeah, I guess.
Yeah, but look, something like Who said Woody's old school. I
Uh-huh.
agree with that. Woody's definitely old school. I mean, given that he grew up with his grandparents, he's definitely gonna have some old school ways. Cause like my mom cut her hair off one time, and I thought my dad was gonna put her out. Like she came home in the house. Like my mom has long hair down her back. Came home with like a short, like Janet Jackson, not Tony Braxton, like pixie cut from the 90s.
Mm-hmm.
Honey, Southern men, they had especially black men, they got a thing about hair.
Okay.
And you changing that hair, they're gonna have to talk about this because that ain't you can't just come home. But I mean, I'll be the same way. Don't come home with a bald head and you had braids.
Right. I mean, think about it like this. What if he came home with blonde hair and tattoos and got piercings all over his ears? I don't think Amani would have been cool with that. She would want a conversation about the fact that he was going to go there. So it works both ways. And, that's the thing. It wasn't like Amani said the other night, it's extreme to just show up and everything is gone. A conversation. That's all he's asking for.
But what if
Yeah.
it's something you actually really want to do? If I really wanted to cut my hair and I'm like, hey, I'm thinking about cutting my hair, and you're like, no, absolutely not. Don't cut your hair.
Mm-hmm.
At what point does it become a control issue? Like, you know what I'm saying?
I would say
the-
maybe tell me why you want to do this, and then maybe we could say, gradually.
Yeah,
So
I mean, the shock factor, I mean, I wouldn't want to do that with my partner. I go and cut my hair off bald and then get purple contacts and walk in and say, hey, look at me. He's going to be like, what the heck happened?
Like, what you going through?
And what's going on?
Yeah.
So you're going to want to have some conversation like, look, I'm thinking about going short. What do you think about that? Let's talk. That's all communication. He's not saying don't do it. He's just saying let's talk about it.
Let me know.
And I think that ex-girlfriend really scarred him. But I want to know who he was as a person that made her want to go do that, because most women, they're not just going to decide to get an abortion. Usually it's the man pressuring them into it. So I would like to know the backstory on that.
Well, I found him on Instagram. He had a shirt that said, I didn't choose the savage life chose me. So maybe he was being an F-boy out there, and she was like, I don't know what this.
Yeah,
That's the
I
vibes I
feel
got
like that
too.
was I feel like that was the thing. I think that really changed him and probably like settled him down, because he was like, I can't just be out here wilding, because this can happen, and then what I would have done isn't what you did. And so, I mean, that's her body, her choice. I'm not going to judge nobody. But I mean, I think in her mind, she probably thought, I don't want to have a kid with this man because I don't know whether he going to stick around. And I'm not setting myself up for really 21 years, because mom knows 18 don't stop the bank account. So
I got two of them. He's the baby. So my son, that's a whole different conversation for another day.
Can I ask you guys a question?
Sure.
Do you think how they originally portrayed Woody was in the best interest of him when they originally portrayed him?
Now, see, I was going to touch on that. What I was going to say, when I first saw, when you first see all the couples, when I first saw Woody, I was like, whoever, it's not going to work. He came across as a party boy. His friends called him a party boy. Everybody's like, oh, you're doing this? I was like, yeah, you can see that, like the flip up the collar and all that stuff. I was like, oh, no, like we're in for a ride. Like I actually thought that. But as time went on, I was like, okay.
He surprised us.
He surprised us, but this one here took her about 8 weeks and the quarantine. Woody was a good guy.
You know what? And the thing is, to me, it seemed like they tried to portray him as this flamboyant player who was living with his grandma. But the backstory on him is that the dude got 2 master's degrees. He teach calculus and AP algebra. I mean, he's an entrepreneur. He's a dean of students. I mean,
yeah, they played that all the way down.
Yeah, and I made sure on my channel and on my Facebook platform that I made sure everybody knew that, because people were dragging him in the beginning.
When I learned that about Woody, but still, you can have as many degrees as you want to have. That don't mean
but the perception of some folks was he was just trash, and he was more than just trash.
Living off the grandmama.
Yeah. So I appreciate that too. But
Yeah.
like even when you saw Amelia and Bennett, let's move on to them. Like I was like, who did they find for her, and who in the world did they find for him? Like, where do they come from?
There only could be the two of them together.
Huh?
It could only be the two of them together.
Only
Oh,
the. I agree.
I don't know if y'all noticed this, but at the reunion, she shaved her armpits.
Thank God.
I didn't know. No, I wasn't looking that close.
Armpits.
I wasn't looking that close, but I'm
Girl,
glad
I was, because that bothered me how she just, I don't know, I gotta think about that. But to me, I feel like Amelia would have got along with anybody, because she just wanted to be married. But then the fact that she came up with the I want to be on a reality TV show, I kind of looked at her sideways like,
Yeah, I was not here for that at all. I did not. I felt a certain type of way, and the fact that you've been with this man for almost 4 months at that time, you can't read social cues that something shifted in his energy when you said that.
right.
she got all the book sense but no common sense.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Like
Only
she can't read a room.
what I admire about the two of them is the fact that they live life without judgment. And the fact of the matter is that they live life on their own accord. They don't let social norms or anything influence how they want to live their lives. And I think that is absolutely awesome.
I do too.
For sure.
I think that like there are some friends that you want to have. They keep you young. They keep you fresh because they're just so out there.
I was just saying last night to Cassandra, I was like, you know what? You know, if we had a holiday party, I could see Bennett doing for us. We'd like, you know, we'll be back. You know what I'm saying? I think he would like to do that. That's the type of personality. He seemed like he's fun. Amelia seems more fun too, but I'd rather hang out with Bennett.
Bennett like
Yeah.
You know what? And
Bennett is the friend that everybody has. Everybody has a friend that's like a Bennett. That's just free. They just good people. Will do anything for you. Will give you the shirt off their back, even if that was the only shirt they had. Like he just a good dude. But I don't think they're gonna last long term.
I don't think.
I think she's short term.
I always give her the side eye, especially when she was talking about, oh, you know, if someone doesn't like do what I want to do, I kind of just do my own thing. Because she likes someone who's independent, but she wants someone to follow after her. So I'm like, if Bennett didn't agree to move to Virginia, would she still want to be in a relationship with him?
I don't think she would have. I think eventually she would have gotten tired of him like she did in her past relationships and just went on about her way.
But you know what? They both actually clicked because I mean the thing is that Amelia had already said from jump that she wants somebody who is a house husband who's basically going to let her take the lead because of the gender role that they are accustomed to. And Bennett is that dude. I mean, he's the type of person, he's a minimalist. He's okay with that. So as long as they obviously like the positions that they're in the dynamic of their relationship, you know, more than likely they should succeed. Hopefully they do. And, you know, being that they're the type of people who, you know, don't tend to judge each other for whatever they don't like. Because I mean, one of the questions on the reunion night was, do you have a problem going out and not have to be accounted for? And they was like, no, we cool with that. You know?
Yeah, you know what? That took me back. Because I was like, for real?
I think they are until it happens.
I just can't see that.
I don't see that with them because the thing is, number one, they not only don't judge each other, they don't judge other people. I mean, they have friends that are witches. His sister has this stuffed animal she talks to.
Hey,
and
Franny.
you know, they see people for where they are. So I mean, I can see that they probably be long term, but anything is subject to happen, you know.
Yeah, I think anytime they hit any kind of real conflict, that they ain't gonna last because I just don't see them making it.
Hey.
Oh, how y'all doing?
You was blowing up something. Like, what you doing?
I was trying to blow the stuff off the camera. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay.
Not on the screen blowing.
What's going on? Thank you.
Nothing much. I'm super late. I was at work and I forgot. Like y'all came on.
That's okay. What do you want to say? We're just talking about the reunion and the couples in general.
Y'all talking about who Y'all talking
I
about
said the couples in general.
they definitely threw us off with Karen and Miles. I was upset.
You were?
I wasn't upset that they stayed together because I mean, Miles was a good dude. So I'm like, it's like she messed this up. I don't know what to tell her. I'm like, he's sensitive, he nice, he's good with his feelings. You're not about to find that. Not in no 20-some-year-old. So
Somebody was gonna scoop him up.
I mean, you wrote a
them DMs was thick.
Did you see the
them.
side eye she gave about them DMs?
Oh, that's why she
Yeah,
stayed
now
with
she
him.
mad.
Right.
That's why
Now
she
you
stayed
mad,
with him.
Karen? Now you mad?
Karen
Yep.
decided she don't want you till somebody else wants you.
Yeah. Hey, if he was about to go for Felicia, he was going for it.
But does Karen want him because everybody else want him now, or because she actually wants him? I can't read it.
I think it's because everybody else.
First.
I don't think it's because of insurance. I don't know. Like I said, just like with Christine, I'm really struggling with positive things to say about Karen. Like I said, I wish all the couples the best, but I truly, regardless of whatever degree she has or whatever, you can't fake chemistry. You either have it or you don't. It's not in editing. It's not in anything. And the point for me when she got on the screen and when she's like, if you said it was decision day, he'd say no. I'm like, okay. Because honestly, from the honeymoon, you gave her a bracelet and you were just like, pretty much, what did you expect? And so just, I don't know.
That quarantine saved her because if it weren't for that quarantine, she'd have been by herself.
But when they came back around again, reunion on the sofa, like I said, it might be part of her personality because we really don't know her personality, but we've seen enough. I mean, she was still just sitting there just like,
I know. I was like, I don't feel the love at all.
Like even on the reunion, she never touched him. He always touched her. But I think they'll last until they have kids. And if she is as non-affectionate.
Wait a minute. Kelsey, you already giving them kids? Oh, right.
Okay, y'all let me explain. I think they'll last until they have kids. And then if she is as non-affectionate to those children as she is to Miles, the way that man loves things that he loves, when you have kids, it's a different ballgame. Like, Mom, too, it's a lot of stuff that you would have put up with before your kids came along. But once them kids came, if you can't get right, you got to get gone. And so I feel like Miles will dip. And I think eventually he will get sick and tired of being sick and tired. And the novelty of being so close to Amani and Woody, and he sees them reaching milestones that they have yet to reach. Miles will get sick and tired of coming in second place. I saw the little post she gave him on Instagram too, Franny. It was just as dry as she is. And then y'all noticed that she didn't tag him in it either.
Dang.
I don't even see them being intimate at all. But you gave them kids.
She said, it's the depth, the laugh, balance, respect, partnership for me. And so many more things. Thank you for always hearing and seeing me, even when it's hard. Thank you for trusting me. Thank you for sharing yourself and allowing me to share my full self. Thank you for being the man that you are.
I wish you would have let me comment. I'm like, well, how many episodes did it take?
Now all y'all stay out my man's DM.
That's really all that was just to letting to stop sliding in his DMs, because Miles then lost a little weight, honey. He had posted that little picture on the beach. Like, you can't tell Miles he ain't popping.
Did y'all see his hairline on decision day? I said, oh, he's on the play. I said, he got the outline.
Oh yeah, that hairline was crisp. Whoever his barber is need a tip.
Did you all see the letter that he wrote on what was that, the reunion night? It's on social media on his Facebook page.
What's his handle?
On his Instagram.
Well, it was on his Facebook page, a letter that he wrote to as he called it, Mrs. Karen Landry Williams. Did you see it?
I
Oh,
saw
nice.
bits of
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. I mean, it was heartfelt. It was really heartfelt.
yeah,
I
but
don't
I
get that past Miles. That's who he is. He's emotionally connected, right?
Yeah, but he also gave in that letter to his wife about all the hate and shade she was given too.
Oh.
Mm.
Yeah.
If she leave him, they gonna have to he gonna be on whatever floor on the hospital.
I'm telling you
All right.
because no, my mama always told me you should find a man that loves you more than you love him.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just something about them that I just don't vibe with. I think he didn't want to, it was very much a black love. He didn't he wants to be like he wants to be happy, and so he was willing to take some stuff. Now, me personally, I would have pulled a bread and just said, I'm gone. Like, this ain't, But Miles got too much of, like, class and manners to do that.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just something about them. I don't.
Hey, Kelsey.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you're down in New Orleans where they are, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I know you got wind of everything that goes on with Woody and Amani. Do you know of the stuff that's going on with Karen and Miles down there?
Well, what I was told was that Amani told my friend that Karen is not as dry as they tried to perceive her, and neither is Henry.
Mm-hmm.
That she is really a sweet person, that it was just like she was kind of getting a bad edit.
Okay.
But I also feel like if that's your homegirl, you're gonna ride for your homegirl. You know what I'm
Well,
saying?
there's also, I don't know, that's the reason why I asked you, because there was an interview or something behind the scenes that Karen had also did that spoke about things that was missing out of the show, like on their 1 month anniversary. Were you aware of that?
Oh, I heard of the interview, but I didn't see it. But I know what you're talking about, because somebody has said, like on the reunion, how Woody had sweated through his shirt. Like on one clip, the shirt was open. On the next clip, the shirt was clubbed. Like it was seen very like chopped together. So I do think that is true. That there are things that weren't shown. Just like with Keith and Iris, there were things that weren't shown. And to me, like, I hate to say this, and people can say I'm wrong, but I feel like, how they have two minority couples, and there's like with Greg and Deanna, they were the good couple, and then with Keith and Iris, they were the couple that like they just like she couldn't get it and he could, like, and they pick which one they're gonna like give the most good edit to, because Amani was throwing hella shade at Woody with those DMs and all the other kind of stuff, and Karen wasn't throwing half as much shade at times that Amani was, but I feel like she got the better edit.
Gotcha. Because there was something with that 1 month anniversary, because you remember Miles gave her the shirt with all of the black couples, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then Karen said that for the 1 month anniversary, she gave him a record player because of all these albums that he actually wanted. She bought that for him, and they never aired that.
Mm-hmm. I agree
that there's things they didn't edit due to time or whatever.
They had enough time.
Well, quarantine, whatever.
Yes, ma'am. They had enough time.
They had enough time. They purposely cut that out. I mean,
I
you're
have
supposed to.
I have a question proposed to the Jasmine show.
Uh-oh.
Did y'all ever see that tattoo that I said that was a
I'm a man.
I'm a man? Did you ever see that?
I was on the floor when I seen that. I said he had to remind himself.
Did you
What
ever
did it say?
It's on his arm.
Yeah, on the back of his bicep, it says "I am a man."
Wow, that's new.
Well, maybe.
I think everybody has a dumb tattoo that has tattoos.
The decision day when Karen goes to leave.
I don't have no dumb tattoos.
You can rewatch when Karen goes to leave for decision day. He's laying in bed and it's right there. You can see it.
Okay.
Some people just need affirmation. And that's okay.
I just want to know where you got the tattoo. Was it during quarantine?
That's hilarious.
No, it looked old. It didn't look like a newer tattoo. It looked old, like he had it for a while.
Hey, that tattoo got his money worth that episode.
Because I mean, they like the camera, they zoomed in on it.
Exactly.
Like when they were sitting at the bar talking about what a man was, and he's like, "I am a man," and they zoomed in on it. Thank you, Franny. I got one too. I got a dumb tattoo on my back. That looks ridiculous.
I feel
Yes.
like she just kept trying to. I think she wanted him to get mad just one time.
She did.
She
She
just
wanted him to
get
show
mad.
out.
Cause like
She
I
wanted
dated
a little
a girl who
roughneck.
said
She
that.
wanted to see
She
No,
was like,
I
"Okay,
That's
think
what I said too. I said she wants a roughneck,
I
somebody
think
that's gonna
Miles
talk to her
did
crazy.
get mad. That's why she cried when she said if it was decision day, he would say no. So I think Miles got mad, maybe moved some furniture. I think so. And she's like, wait a minute, like for real, because remember he was so loving, right? And then all of a sudden, whatever happened, he's like, he's girl. I was like, girl, I got it from my TV and just like, we don't watch it at the same time. We watch it, but in different rooms, so we get different perspectives. I'm like, girl, did you see that?
Yes, like she act like he told her he had a side baby.
Right.
Hey, he
that
probably
probably
said he ain't like her
used to
cooking. He
that.
probably just snapped. He's like, I don't like your
No,
cooking. I'm
but you know
tired of
what
you
it
rubbing my
was?
shoulder.
You know
Right.
what it was that made him snap though? He told his, like, I think that's his sister's boyfriend, or maybe that's one of his homeboys, when she had done laundry and he had cooked, and she sat on the edge of that chair
And ate.
and didn't sit next to him to eat. And I'm just like,
I know. I went to my couch and I tried. I was like, ooh, this almost tipped over. I was like,
I totally agree.
and my
Lindsay.
thing is, if you're not gonna sit next to him, sit at the bar and eat. That at least gives you a valid excuse.
Right. But
she,
if they get along and do like little love poems on Instagram or Facebook, whatever, I just want to recap. I want to recap of what's Michael and Mika doing. I know that's off topic, but I still want to recap.
They ain't doing nothing.
Well,
you
we
already
already
know
know what Michael's doing.
Michael
He's
the
still
senator
lying.
now.
I was about to say.
He's still lying.
We want to recap.
Montre, I can't do this, Montre, I can't do this. And like she was willing to work with the brother, but he just kept lying.
Come
Who
on, man.
lies about the miles on their car?
Hey, I knew he was
about
lying when he
working
said
for
something about that Honda. I said,
He
boy.
was lying a long time.
Like,
Mika was
and then
horrible.
my thing was,
That's
if you gonna
funny.
work it, you
I agree,
tell
Cliff.
her she's the janitor.
I'm on you with that one, Cliff.
Mika was intense, but also again, I'm sorry, I'm still Team Henry. But when you're dealing with a liar, you gotta operate differently. Okay.
That is
but
true.
Henry
there
is
was
trash
a
as
lot
well.
of things. You
I
know
told
what?
y'all
There's a
Henry is
lot
she
of
trash.
didn't have no
things.
ADHD. She was diagnosed
But
herself.
here's
Hey,
the thing. I
she ain't
honestly
never
think
pop
they
a pill or
also,
nothing.
I mean, whatever Michael decided to, whatever he lied about, there's a lot of things about Michael out there that shows that he actually worked with, education in the state of Arkansas, along with the ex-president Clinton. All that information is out there. There's an actual interview with that. So,
I saw it.
absolutely.
I saw that.
You
I
saw
mean,
it,
that's
Cliff?
great, but
Yeah,
at the
Cliff.
same time, if you can't
Yeah,
produce
yeah.
a W-2,
Where
a
was his pay
sub or
stub at though?
something,
Come
then that's
on.
Like how you know how much tax they're gonna take
how
out?
we paying rent.
Right. Do you
No,
know how much of a
Christina-
liar you got to be to type out your own W?
Right.
Like,
No,
That
it
was
was
like-
it was the offer letter. It was an offer letter. It was an offer letter. No, but Michael and Christina, they both have histrionic personality disorder. If anybody watches India and Michelle, and I was like, they both have that. That is so true.
Go ahead, Cliff. What's up?
No. I don't know which one to start with. You know what? Let me just go to Christina first, because I get to the Michael thing in a second.
Okay.
Like, as far as I heard the comment with her dealing with a married man, right? Like, I heard Kelsey say something. You don't know that situation. He could have been
Absolutely.
separated from his wife, and they could have been separated, and then she was dealing with him. There's people who separate and don't get married. I have an ex-girlfriend whose mother and father haven't been together since they was kids, but they're still married.
Yeah, they never divorced.
You can have a mate that don't want to sign the paper, and her father didn't want to sign the paper.
mm-hmm.
And as
you don't
far
know
as
the
the man
dynamics
go,
to that.
right. Last time I checked, Christina didn't rape that man. Christina didn't walk down the aisle with that woman. So that's on him if he was still with his wife. But Henry bringing that up was just him being a
Absolutely.
Mitch.
That's messy.
Like, he's a sucker. Like, It's everything about him. He's a sucker. The way he
I
was
agree to
talking
that.
about Brett, there's no way on God green earth he would have said that if Brett was sitting a couple of seats
Absolutely.
from him.
Oh no,
Absolutely.
he real throw the rock, hide the hand.
Okay.
Like I said, I believe.
So
I know people don't believe Christina, but I do. I believe she got a text. I'm not gonna say it's far fetched that he's bisexual. I don't know. I don't like putting that type of stuff on men at all. I hate that. But if she's saying she got that information, I'm not gonna call her a liar. But I see him lying on the show and nobody say anything about that. They went all this time because he said he want to work it out and see where it go. When she said let's dead it, but he ain't want to do that. But she's the bad guy, she's the liar, and then she's the delusional one.
I agree to that.
That's crazy to me.
You go, Cliff.
They both crazy. He wanted them free
Cliff.
trips.
As far as far as Mika and Michael, it's hard to open up to somebody who's trying to get the "I got you" moment. Every moment was a "I got you" moment.
Honest about her own identity anyway.
Sure,
Right,
Mika lied about her name.
I was like, she lied.
Yeah, she lied about her identity.
I mean, her name
She was just horrible.
versus working, not working.
Send you on to a yoga place where you don't even work at.
I don't know.
He was
Listen,
a janitor.
Wait, hold on. I don't. Wait a minute.
It's a lie.
As far as him working, as far as a lie is a lie. As far as him working and doing yoga, I believe he does yoga. From what he was doing, I believe he does yoga. Did he lie about things? Absolutely, because I had to hear Chloe mouth about it when she was proven right. Absolutely, I get that. But Mika wasn't great. Her attitude was horrible. Y'all can say whatever you want about Michael, but one thing about Michael, he was always a gentleman. Because I would have showed out on that show. She had an attitude for everything. They could not go to the Spice store and enjoy that.
Mika did have an attitude.
Go ahead, I'm sorry.
That's okay. Mika did have an attitude. She did come off very
abrasive.
Again, passive aggressive.
Yeah.
But there's no but. However, Michael, I mean, right, a lie, but I mean, like every season, I mean, that was kept me watching.
But did he put her in a situation?
Mom, let me ask you a question.
Okay.
Because me and you are around the same age. So you telling me if me and you was dating and you found out my name is not Cliff and it was Tom all this time, that ain't a problem?
Right.
I mean, is your middle name Cliff?
I just didn't tell you.
Yeah, because that was one of the issues that Michael brought up to the show and trying to get the thing annulled in the first place because of her identity not being who she was.
I mean, your real name. When you come on this show, especially this show, when you're married,
it's okay.
To me, she went by
that's an expert too. That go with the background check stuff like that through the whole season. Like they have to be honest. If your name is something else, but you go by Mika, that's okay.
Yeah, that's what she should have said.
You don't have a job.
It's okay if you tell me though. If I don't know this, that's a problem. Like I don't know who I'm married to.
Yeah, I mean that was
like that's the part y'all missing.
I agree with you, Cliff.
I can't remember her real name.
It was Quenisha Jones.
Dang.
That was
okay.
Jones.
I'm married to Quenisha.
I was go by Mika. That was my name too.
Quenisha Tamika.
Yeah, and so Tamika was her middle name and she went by Mika, but you should have just said this is my name, but I go by X, Y, and Z. And that would have deaded that whole thing. But to me, he just the crying is what got on my nerves.
Bro.
Every time he got caught in a lie, he would start crying. And to me,
Christina, remind you of
Christina, but
you can't hold on.
Christina,
hold on, we're not doing
that.
Yeah.
I'm like about the emotional part of it.
No, we're not. Because if that's the case, so it's okay for Woody to cry like a baby every second?
No, that's because you get caught up in your emotions.
Oh, now it's caught up in your emotions.
No,
Now it's caught up in your emotion.
No, Christina and
Come on,
Michael
stop.
were caught up in lies.
Come on,
That's
stop.
what caused them to cry.
Well, here's my thing.
No,
is
they was
that
not.
with-
First
and-
off,
and-
Christina was crying. Christina was crying last episode because she was embarrassed about the situation when he tried to call her out about the married man. That's why she was crying. Let's get that straight.
Yeah,
Michael was crying because of other things. Michael was crying about other things in his life that he needed to fix before he came on the show. It wasn't about getting caught in a lie. She called him out on other things he lied about, and he wasn't crying. He only cried when it was something that had to do with his past. Let's not switch the
about it
narrative.
to start with, though. So to me,
here's the double standard with this thing is that when it came to him and they've been trashing him like piranhas on fresh meat for the last year. And then on the flip side, they were praising Mika in the process when her behavior was just as dishonorable. So, it's like, okay, you both of them had bad behavior, and one was called out and pretty much drug in the media, and the other one was like, oh my God, thank God, it's so wonderful that you did what you did. She was horrible too.
Yeah,
exactly. You know what's so funny? Taylor lied more than him. It wasn't called out on it.
Yes, she did.
Yes, and that was one of my things.
Hey, I was calling her out in the comments.
Look, Kevin followed Michael. That's what I didn't understand. Kevin followed Michael to the back. But when Taylor sat up here and then lied on this man, tried to trap him in the bathroom, why didn't nobody say anything about that?
Yep. And you know exactly, Kelsey, what Taylor was trying to do in that bathroom.
The men on these shows, the men on these shows, I feel like are scared to call out the women.
They and to me, and I feel like,
but you still saying Henry was wrong for calling her out though.
It was after the fact though.
It was after the fact.
I said Henry is full of it. There's a difference.
To me, like
I don't think. See, my thing is, if I felt Christina was lying, then yeah, I could get that. But I don't think Christina is lying. Like if a report come out that hey, he's bisexual.
No, he's talking about that text message being received.
As a woman, if somebody texts you, if my girl texts me, I'm gonna keep that as a receipt.
Yeah, like you don't
even ask for it.
I am not. Hold on, wait a minute.
Exactly. Women don't delete text messages.
Let me tell you. Listen to me.
She said she had that message on her phone for 30 days.
I don't believe. Listen, you can't erase it.
Message, but it's on her phone for 30 days.
Yeah, and it's the same thing with
what I'm saying.
That text message she shouldn't have got.
Oh, I feel like that was produced.
See, this is the point I think everybody's missing. If she got a text, right? Because on a text, I feel like she's protecting somebody. The same way Zach was. Because everybody says Zach was lying last year about his text and having information until the next episode came, and then what's her name? His wife friend was like, oh, he got that information from that lady. I'm not giving out my source. My whole point, if me and Kelsey is dating and mom let me know that Kelsey was cheating on me, I am not letting Kelsey know mom told me. I'm not. I'm gonna call her out on it, but I'm not gonna tell.
Yeah, absolutely.
I got some.
But you can't call me out on there without telling me who told you. How I know that. If you got to tell me who told you, then I can know if they telling the truth.
No,
right.
no,
you
I
can
don't.
at least send a text message with this number.
I know that's not true. I know my relation. Listen, you don't have to know my relationship with my friends or whoever told me. I'm coming to you about the situation. You don't need to know who told me.
But
I'm going to protect myself. All you want to do is go to them, and it's gonna get messier.
Who said that?
No, I mean, I agree.
I understand him wanting to know.
I agree with both of y'all. But at the same time, I'm not gonna wrap my home.
Henry, listen to me. Henry had don't get it twisted. Henry had every right to know who said that about him. I understand that, and I would have been on her head if I'm him. But if I put myself in her shoes, I'm not snitching. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm not giving up my source.
I'm not snitching.
I would.
I'd say you didn't have to say who did it.
You would.
With the information I saw for the contact.
Okay, Jazz,
you could have said what the text said.
Right.
Like she could have blacked out the number so he could saw who it came from.
Exactly.
Screenshotted it and sent it.
Could have,
That's
should
why
have,
I
but she
said
You got a
didn't.
bad Android. You could do that.
That's why I said it was a lie.
But
She could
and to
listen.
me,
She
even
could
if
have
she
did
made
that,
it
but
up,
that's
she
not
could
what
have
she
texted
did.
herself and have the proof.
Because she
Even
was
if she
lying.
made it up, she could have texted up and blocked
No,
out
she wasn't
her
lying.
number. You know,
And I
She
know
lied about where she
she's
lived
not
at.
the only person.
Man,
Frank,
she had all her stuff
so
bad.
we're gonna drop romance review for a little bit, but we're gonna bring you back.
Right.
We gotta go. We gotta go.
You do? Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you for coming.
Have a good one.
of course.
We'll go your next live, okay?
Later.
Thanks
Yeah,
for
let us
having us,
know.
John.
Make sure you guys go follow the Jasmine Show too. They also do Married at First Sight.
You do.
All
really?
right, Frank,
I'll
come
check
back.
them out.
Yeah, they do. But
no, but
really riding hard for romance. Really
Sure
riding
am.
so what about Brett and Olivia though? Like how she was pressed on the reunion about him matching on Tinder.
I can't stand Olivia.
Yeah, Olivia.
I mean, I don't understand why she
I
was
really
mad.
can't.
Ain't that, don't Tinder do that for you? It ain't like, I mean,
Yeah, I think it does it for
right?
you.
How you gonna be mad at the? You gotta be mad
the
at the
people
app.
come
You
up.
can't be mad.
And my thing is, in order for y'all to match, y'all both got to swipe on each other. So why is her friend swiping on him?
Because they know Olivia sucks.
Good.
I'm sorry, she
And
sucks.
what kind of friend is that?
Yeah,
That's a
and my
bad
thing
friend.
is like, why? Okay, like, and if you ain't friends with these girls, why you care about him messaging these girls? Like, if y'all are over, Olivia was mad that she didn't have no husband. That's what she was mad about, and she mad that he claimed he didn't have no money, but he out here taking women on dates. And dates can be expensive, but I doubt wherever Brett was going was that expensive.
Right?
Exactly,
She ain't never heard of
Kelsey.
Groupon.
I'm telling you, Kelsey, you are absolutely
Not
right. I know he probably took them
He was probably
somewhere and
Groupon.
spent a
Like
lot of
he
money.
probably
I
had
can
a 2
agree
for
to
20.
that. Hey,
Go ahead,
2 for
Freddie.
20.
Hey, Freddie.
He probably had a 2 for 20. Like and then too, I don't like how he runs scared all the time. Like if you a man, stand up and be a man and defend yourself. But he also knew who not to mess with because he never checked Amani the way he checked Christina because he knew Woody was about that life.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Like,
listen, I feel a little different about that. I mean, a lot of y'all know I'm very much a protect my peace person.
Mm-hmm.
So if I know I'm going to get attacked at this reunion and everybody's going to come for me, I am not showing up. I've already fulfilled my contractual obligations. What do you need from me? I'll give that to you, and then I'll head out to one of these dates.
Okay.
Yeah, what you
I
say?
can
Move
respect
on
that.
with your life, right, Franny?
Yeah, I mean,
But Monty was messy though. She was getting all the tea the whole time. She was
she was
messy
so
for
messy
real.
on
For real.
certain
Because
fronts.
if her
Like,
relationship was going bad, she wouldn't have been doing that. She was in everybody's business for real. She
Yeah.
she
that
asking all the
when she
questions
asked,
like, who voted you the captain over here?
But do you think production had to do that? Because production.
I feel like they did. I feel like they put it in her to ask.
Possible.
But when she was like, I can't remember whether she was talking to Christina or Henry. I think it was Henry. She was like, "But I'm asking you." Had that been
in the
me,
kitchen,
I'd have been like, "I don't care if you're asking me. I'm not answering it. It's none of your
I
business."
won't lie. She was wrong, but I love that part.
Oh,
that was the best thing she did on that show.
I did too. I liked it too. But
Kelsey, because I was a little confused when you said about checking Christina and what you said, Christina and whatever her name is, Amani. You was talking about Brett.
No, what I'm saying, yeah, Brett, when he was like, I'm not rating her, like when he got rude with her, and I was just like, he never clapped back at Amani when she was coming at him. And
Amani never said any. Amani never said anything to him. Everything was said on camp behind the scenes. She never said anything to his face.
Oh, I know what Kelsey's talking about. Kelsey's talking about right on decision day when they were all outside and he said you didn't ask the right question. Amani was like, well, what question should she have asked?
Oh
yeah, and he didn't. And he didn't say nothing.
Answered the right question.
No, but not.
Yes, he did. He said the right question.
He usually does.
Yeah, but I don't think the way he said it wasn't as like derogatory as he was coming at Christina on that honey about the ratings. I think
Christina was Christina, my girl, but I hated that scene. Christina was aggressive.
Yeah,
in
that
that
wasn't.
moment.
I
Amani
agree.
wasn't.
I mean,
Amani wasn't, and I didn't like that from Christina.
I hated the fact that Amani and Woody acted like they were experts because they were married. Because they got lucky. You
But I
know,
think, but you can't blame them. That's production
But
pushing them to do
I
that.
think they were actually they just had the best communication for real. Monty and Woody.
yeah,
Everybody else
they
just
did.
what their communication was bad.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and
Woody just be
production,
in
and
those
I think
awkward
production
car
used that to
rides.
their
You know?
advantage with the fact that they communicate so well.
Yeah, because
Yeah, that was how
Oh,
they won.
Yeah.
Cassandra and Mom.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if y'all saw my comment. Did you know? Did you notice that the I'm good? But what was it when they showed Brett saying I'm okay or I'm good, whatever it was, when he ended the relationship, that it was edited?
Oh, when he
That was
said
something
no
he
thank
actually
you.
said to Pastor Cal. Yeah, no, thank you, Franny. He didn't say that to her. He said it to
Well, it
Pastor
doesn't
Cal, and
matter.
they actually showed the scene.
yeah, that's what I said earlier about like how you could tell how Woody's shirt was different. Like they
Mhm.
cut and paste certain things
But
Mm-hmm.
to
Yeah.
like
but
fit the
I'm
narrative.
saying that to show how they tried to make him look bad, like he told her no thanks when
Yeah,
he didn't
usually when
he
they
didn't
do
say that.
scenes like that, it
Right.
changes the perception of what actually is being
Because
said.
Mhm.
But we
Cassandra
know
Mom was on
production
his
is
head about that.
tacky.
I still don't like
Production is
Brandon.
tacky.
I'm not going to change from that.
Well, we were on his head, but remember, we can only review what we see on TV. So now that we know the difference, we kind of go back and like,
Yeah,
oh,
but
it happened
I
that
tried
way.
to tell y'all.
Like, how
I
would
tried to
you
tell y'all
act
that
in that
that's why they
situation?
switched away from his face.
Well,
Like, how would you act in
I
that
mean,
situation?
still,
Like, would you be as gracious as other cast members, or would you be as rowdy as other cast members? And I feel like Olivia wanted to insert a husband. She didn't want somebody like
And he
Olivia
said
needs
that.
somebody.
Yeah, he
Olivia,
said that. He said that he felt like a placeholder husband.
yeah, I feel like
And
Olivia
for
needs
him to
somebody
feel
like
that
in
is sad.
yeah, Olivia needs somebody that's like in his late 40s that has grown kids, that has more money than her, that just wants to live and travel and experience life. Like she didn't want kids, but then she wanted to do the old maybe sort of like how Jamie and Beth did, but they lucked up in that neither one of them wanted kids. But Brett
I
That's
didn't
another
care
thing.
for them either. I didn't care for them either.
They
I
were
didn't.
out of control.
Bruh,
Yeah.
every
they
time
were
he
out of
packed them
control.
cats up, I could have created a drinking game every time he packed them cats.
Yeah,
He kept packing
like,
them cats.
and she don't want to work. She wants to be a housewife with no kids. Like you just want to sit at home.
And
Like
they
that's
on YouTube now.
yeah,
Are
they
they?
got they got a
Mhm.
YouTube channel.
Yeah, they have their own channel.
Yeah, they got a YouTube channel because I went and I promoted your channel on their channel.
Hey, did you guys know
Thank
you?
you.
I
Hey,
checked their
Turn
channel
up.
up.
you guys
Thank you.
realize that Woody and Amani also started a YouTube channel yesterday.
Yeah, they did. I saw the little video they posted.
I
It
might
was
watch
cute.
it.
It was
I might
cute.
watch it.
Nobody.
I
might
think
watch
I'm
it.
all
I like
right.
It's cute. No, to me, I can't wait to see Amani and Woody on couples cam if they do that again. I could do without Karen and
It's
Miles.
everything right now. Yeah. Normally we don't
I
watch
don't think.
couples camp.
Let me be honest. I don't think none of the couples gonna last.
Say
You
that
don't
again.
think they're gonna last long term, Cliff?
I
Oh,
don't think any of them. No, I don't think
You
any of the
don't?
three gonna
Not
last a long
Amelia
time.
and Bennett.
Hopefully, I'm wrong.
Bennett gonna make it. Yeah,
Nah,
right. She
she's
his
a
meal
flake.
ticket. She his
Nah,
meal
Bennett.
ticket.
They definitely. No, he don't need her. He was been all right all this time. He don't need her just because she got
Hey, that
money.
pandemic hit
He been all
hard. He
right.
couldn't
And
even
he's
do theater. That house would have tore up.
nah. That boy be all right.
But I don't
No,
think he's with her
My
about the money.
thing.
He doesn't care about
I don't
money.
see them sticking it. I don't see her sticking it out with him.
I get what you're saying
I don't
about
see
her
them
being
working out.
flaky.
Listen to what she said. She's flaky.
Yeah.
She went on the show
I
just to be
feel
on a
like
reality
she
show.
get bored.
And I think
She'll get bored with
once
him.
things
Like
fade
she'll get
away,
bored and just walk off.
right?
Yeah,
That's what I
I
feel.
could agree with that. And then too, like just how non-committal she
Maybe
is.
kids will hold her there.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. If they have kids, they might stay together a little while longer. But if he really wants to be a serious playwright and he wants to do serious Broadway and this, that, and the third, eventually that house husband role gonna get real resentful.
But he said he got a job now, so he ain't a house husband. He works.
Selling solar panels.
Selling solar
I mean,
panels, but
they don't have no kids yet.
Oh, he said sell it.
That's what he said.
yeah, he sells solar panels, honey. He sells solar energy to people. Like
didn't
that
get
for somebody that's that creative, that's gonna get old.
It is.
I mean,
It's gonna be. I give that job a
maybe
year.
he sell it with a show. He coming dressed up as Peter Pan. I'm here.
No. Who's gonna let him in? No, right. Stranger danger.
Everyone hit the like button and subscribe, please.
I think that he's gonna
Thank
still
you,
do
Liz.
his art stuff while he's doing a job, the same way he had those 7 jobs while he had his company. I don't think that's gonna go away.
I don't think it will either, but I think when life and kids happen, you have to put things on the back burner and priorities change. And I think that the fact that they have these kids and somebody got to be here with these kids, like the fact that Amelia can't even wash a cup lets you know that she grew up with a maid. Like,
we don't have time for that conversation.
Like
they feet, both of their feet was killing me the whole
but you
time.
know what? But they hygiene alone will keep together.
That's
Their hygiene alone.
That's the one thing I never seen from the black people, because you know when you get around black people stink. They were,
right.
I always wanted to see. Like I was like, I know they got an odor. I'm like,
like what they might not have one. They might not just be as hygienic. Now I wouldn't eat from their house. That's for sure.
Boy.
I mean, it's the same. Well, it all falls in the same category for me. Whether you're hygienic, can't eat from you, stuff like that. Same pot. No.
I mean, she couldn't be my doctor now that I know what I know about her, just because I just feel like you unclean. And I feel like you're gonna give me a staph infection.
Oh, stop it.
Nah, I think she a good doctor. That's probably the cleanest she ever gonna be. Them needles gonna be good.
But them hands gonna be unclean.
Right.
Oh, hey, well.
Because I mean, like if you can't wash your pits, I know you can't wash your hands. Just saying, yo.
Did y'all notice, like on Instagram, out of all the people that got the most followers, it was Henry?
I followed him.
Really?
Henry got 10,000 followers. I was like,
no.
We follow him.
Devontae, Miles has like 60,000.
This country was known to be stupid.
No,
so.
Miles has like 60-something thousand. Miles
Yeah.
60-something thousand.
Yeah.
oh well,
he's
maybe
up
the
there.
Facebook group I was in gave me the wrong Miles. Then I don't know.
Maybe.
Or maybe by the time this has came, it changed.
Right.
I mean, that was like 2 days ago.
But nah, them DMs, like if Karen ever leaves Miles, it's gonna be a player's
He
paradise.
got 50,000 followers in a day. Karen about to have a baby tomorrow.
Did y'all hear what he said at the reunion when they said, Karen, how do you feel about all the DMs and stuff? And she said, she was like, well, you tell us
about
what it
them
says.
DMs.
And he said, they call me Mr. Young and Ready, right? I was like, ooh, Miles, relax.
Look, and he's like, but shit, I'm married though. I'm good. I was like, she was like, yeah, you are. And I was
like,
oh, y'all
she gotta know
married. I
what
thought he was not masculine.
Right.
I'm like, don't nothing make you more masculine when all the women want you, huh? Yeah.
They'll probably still know the room anyway, but that's neither here nor there.
Well, you know things change for people after they have sex as well. So she's gonna feel away.
What you say, Cliff?
I said things change after you have sex, so of course she's gonna feel away.
Oh yeah, that's true. Like once we do it, I own you forever.
I don't know. I don't think so, but that's just me.
Well, thank y'all for joining us on our live for Married at First Sight reunion and the season 10 recap. How did you guys feel about the season overall in general? Was it a good season?
It was
it
too long.
Can I ask a question? Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Kelsey, do you have a channel?
I did one review on last season, and I did it. I'll put the link in the chat. It was a lot. I'm in grad school and I see like 6 patients a day. And
wow.
Like this is it was gonna turn into something, but I was like, I ain't got time for it. But I'll put the link for it in the chat. Y'all can go watch it and you can subscribe to it. I guess I said that I'm gonna do more shows, but I just haven't found the time.
So Mom, the other person that just left, Jay, they have a channel too?
The Jasmine show?
Jazz,
They
yeah.
do. They're pretty new to it. Yeah.
I really want to connect with a lot of you guys. So, because since we do all of the same type of stuff. Cliff, you got a channel?
He needs a channel.
Right. He needs a reactor channel. That's what
Nah,
he needs.
Oh, you don't have a channel. Okay.
Yeah.
nah, I've been debating it, but nah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Go ahead and shout out your podcast, Devontae.
I put the link in.
Oh, let it loose with Vontae. Oh, yeah, you can
Type
y'all
it,
can
type
check
it
that
in,
out.
type it in the text, in the chat.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Brandy, do you got anything?
No, absolutely not.
Yeah,
Well, thank you
everybody
for
put
being
their
great
like
supporters.
their channels and the thing. But I said I wanted to review Sisters, and then I wanted to review Put a Ring on It. Have y'all seen Put a Ring on It?
Oh, I
I
watched it at
put a
work
ring on it.
today.
I watched the we do because I think Cassandra, you guys do Ready to Love too, like I do, right?
Yeah, we do Ready to Love.
And then I do The Bachelor, Bachelorette, and I do Love Island is over, so
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Love Island was amazing.
yes, it was. Yes,
They
it
have me in
was.
shackles, girl. I keep checking the tag. I keep checking the Instagram. It was such a good show. It's a trashy show, but it's amazing.
Hey, you know Johnny and Sally is in LA right now, hanging
I
out.
know. And the craziest thing is people kept comparing Miles and Karen to Johnny and Sally because they're just like, you guys want us to want this to happen and we are not here for it.
Right. That
Yeah.
takes care this year. That was what, Las Vegas this year at the Cromwell.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, and do y'all watch Double Shotted Love? I like that show as well, and how they gave so much crap to Nikki. And I mean, I have a reason why I feel like they did that, but we don't talk about that. But the fact that her and Polly made it, I was happy to see that. But I do think you are almost 40 and you ain't figured it out.
Awesome.
That was a crazy show. Well, thank you
So
guys.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead. One last question.
No, I was just gonna say, how is Put a Ring on It? I couldn't get into it really, but you guys like it?
Oh, it's amazing.
You like it?
Yeah,
Chloe reviewed it. It's a interesting show.
It was between Put a Ring on It and Ready to Love. So we decided Ready to Love instead of Put a Ring on It. So
Yeah, that's what I
think y'all
decided
made the
to
right
do.
decision.
Yeah, well, you keep it up, yeah, because I
did
couldn't
you
That
get
watch
was
the
into
good.
review? It's
Huh?
up. The review is up for Ready to Love.
Oh, I ain't get to watch it yet. I was
Oh,
watching
okay.
Ready to Love.
Yeah, I can get into the Ready to Love. I just couldn't get into Put a Ring on It, so I'm just doing the commentary on my channel for that one. And my channel is Romance Review TV, so I'll just put it out there.
Okay. Go ahead.
Once again, thank y'all for supporting us. Make sure everyone who is 33 people is left will follow Romance Review. Kelsey has her channel. She didn't put the link in yet, but she's gonna put the link in sometime. Devontae podcast. Devontae put your stuff in. Spin show setting it up. I see she is in here. Whoever else has one, go ahead and put in the chat. Let everyone know.
I put mine in.
Chloe. Oh, she put hers in. Follow Chloe because now she's at 1,000. Hope for an increase. We're almost there. And just thank y'all for joining us.
Yep. And look forward to our 1,000 subscriber review when we get there. So y'all support. Plus, we're doing holiday giveaway as well. So look out for that. And we'll do another live sometime in November before Thanksgiving.
Okay, I'm be on time for that one. I'm be on time.
Yeah, be on
Same.
time.
Hey,
Thank you, everybody.
Mom and
Yes.
Millennial, you guys are doing an excellent job. Keep it up. I enjoy you guys and watching your reviews.
Same.
Thank you. You too. Thank you, everybody.
Bye. Have a good one.
Take care.
Bye.
Bye.